I will stand up again and object to the use of the phrase "a hired gun" to the witness. My understanding of a hired gun, someone has been paid to come and say something, and I submit, my lord, it's improper for Advocate MNISI to use such to the witness.
So you know the judge, Dennis Davis, the one who says, "Judge for yourself," on TV.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a buddy of mine. He used that way to the particular judgment. I need to tell you the judgment.
Yes, the court, please.
As it please the court, madam, thank you. I'm not so sure whether the court is coming to my rescue, but there is nothing wrong in referring to an expert as a hired gun. You say he approached you for an opinion. Was on a Wednesday. Do you follow?
Masibheka ikhalenda yamthathu July 2020. Masibheka umsombuluko umhla 20 kwangumsombuluko. Masibheka umhla 21 kwakulesibili, sibheka umhla 22 kwawulesithathu. Lilanga wena uthi wacela ngalo ukuthi umbhekele.
Do you follow?
I'm following, my lord.
Thank you.
Yeah.
After shooting the test, then on Tuesday, Wednesday, I was busy on the microscope with all those exhibits. In other words, say, you are saying that Mr. Mangena approached you on a Wednesday when you were still busy on the microscope.
Okuchazayo wena ukuthi kusho ukuthi-ke njengobe ngolesibili nangolesithathu wayesebhizi ku-microscope, utazi ukuthi-ke uMangena weza kuwena ezocela ukuthi umsize ngalo msebenzi engakaqedi ukwenza umsebenzi wakhe.
And mind you, you had told this court that an expert can only approach another expert from the opinion once they are done with the work that they are doing. Not so.
Ukuthi wena omunye uchwepheshe angacela omunye uchwepheshe ukuthi amhlolele umsebenzi uma kuwukuthi yena useqedile ukwenza wakhe umsebenzi.
Not so.
I'm following, my lord.
Mr. Mangena is very pertinent, it's very clear. It does not need any particular expertise to understand what Mr. Mangena is saying. On a Tuesday and a Wednesday, I was still busy on the microscope with all those exhibits. In other words, he was not yet done. And yet, he comes to you for an opinion. How do you explain that?
We object to this line of questioning. It's quite clear from what Mr. Advocate MNISI said. There is no time in which Colonel Mangena said he finished working on the exhibits on Wednesday. So it would be unfair for this witness to also comment into that.
There is nothing unfair here, my lord. Everything comes from Mr. Mangena's testimony. He says, I started compiling my report on a Friday. What is not clear about that? He says on a Tuesday and a Wednesday, I was busy on the microscope with all those exhibits. I'm not thumbsucking, this information is not there. What it is unfair with that? Can you please answer the question? How do you reconcile that?
My lord,
Yourself, yes.
My lord, I cannot comment on that one.
Thank you. No comment. And I can put it to you, say, normally I'm not a fan of trying to postulate the reason why a person cannot comment on a particular answer. But in instances such as this one, I'm more than justified to say that you have been requested here to come in, and this is the second reason. Mind you, I told you earlier on that the first reason why you had come here to come and validate, yes, I haven't forgotten this time, to come and validate the state's narrative was that first reason. This is the second reason. Unfortunately, your validation, your attempt to validate the state's attempt to create a certain narrative of the use of a firearm in this case missed Mr. Mangena's testimony in this regard. I therefore feel justified, sir, to brand you as a hired gun. You standing there as a hired gun. You don't know what you did. You're forgetting everything that you did as an expert. I'm even not so sure whether as you standing there, particularly in this case, you came here as an expert or as an opinion giver. Now, Mr. Mangena approaches you even before he could complete his work on the 22nd. What should the court make of all these inexplicable circumstances of this case that you have come to testify about?
into ngibona sengathi wena ulethele lana nje ukuthi kuzosiza umhlushisi ukuthi alethe lesi sithombe sokuthi isibhamu lesi sasetshenziswa lapho, kodwa wena uningi ungasakhumbuli nesikhathi asasikhumbuli. Kuyabonakala nala ukuthi lana uthe uze lana njengomprofessor akukayi ukuthi uze njengochwepheshe noma uletha umbono. Manje-ke umbuzo wami ukuthi konke lokhu kuholele wena ulethele nje ukuthi uzosiza umhlushisi.
I will stand up again and object to the use of the phrase "a hired gun" to the witness. My understanding of a hired gun is someone who's been paid to come and say something, and I submit, my lord, it's improper for Advocate MNISI to use such to the witness.
So you know the Judge Dennis Davis, the one who says, "Judge for yourself," on TV.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a buddy of mine. He used that weight in a particular judgment. I need to tell you the judgment.
Yes, the court, please.
As it please the court, madam, thank you. I'm not so sure whether the court is coming to my rescue, but there is nothing wrong in referring to an expert as a hired gun. It's all over the show. You go to authorities, law reports that are dealing with road traffic, what is it now? Road accident fund cases, medical negligence cases. This phrase, hired gun, is referred to there very extensively, so it's not an insult. Don't feel insulted.
No, I'm just trying to explain to the witness that the person who first used this word in South Africa,
yes,
in a divorce case,
yes, madam,
was Dennis Davis.
That is
1994. It's a reported case.
Yes, madam. Yeah.
You know that case, Mr.
Not particularly, but the context.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, it was the first guy who...
As it please the court, madam. So say, when I say to you a hired gun, I just don't say it out of nowhere. I'm saying it, basing it on what, as I try to compare and contrast your testimony here at court. You said you've got no comment, not so.
Wena awukho ngapawuda kuloko ukuthi wena ulethelwe nje ukuthi uzoqinisekisa into efuna ukubekwa umhlushisi phambi kwekadora kanjani.
My lord, I can only say I'm not supporting any narrative.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ngakusho nje ukuthi akukho engizokusekela.
Now finally,
Can I just find that?
as I look at your affidavit on paragraph 3 of your affidavit, and paragraph 3 of Captain Grobler's affidavit, they are twins, the content thereof, from paragraph 3 to paragraph 5, which is the gist of your affidavit. The contents thereof are similar. They are basically two peas in a pond.
Umbiko Captain Grobler, paragraph 3, umbiko wakho paragraph 3. Zona sengathi lembiko lena lama paragraph la, so paragraph 3 yofika paragraph 5 ifana ncimishi
the content thereof, the wording, the punctuation, the spelling, and everything is just similar. Could that have been a coincidence?
konke lo indlela obhalwe ngayo punctuation nendlela ufakwe ngayo spelling lapha ufana ncimishi yinto engazenzekela lento.
My lord, from my office, there is a standard way of writing an affidavit.
Ehhovisi lami khona indlela ebekiwe yokuthi ibhala kanjani i-affidavit.
And other things such as the caliber and the markings, my lord, you cannot change.
Ezinye izinto ezinjengobukhulu besibhamu awukwazi ukushintsha lokho.
You heard me. I said even the punctuation and the spelling and the phrasing of the words. Could that have been a coincidence? Or you use the same computer to prepare paragraph 3 to paragraph 4 of your statement? Of your I mean, yourself, program yourself.
Senzisa ikhompyutha yodwa nespelling siyafana.
My lord, we didn't use the same computer. Hence I'm saying we are having a standard way of drafting an affidavit, my lord.
Indlela ebekiwe ukuthi sibhale i-affidavit.
Thank you, sir. The standard way of drafting affidavit. Thank you. Got no further questions.
Wow, it's surprising to see the judge coming in rescue of Advocate MNISI when he told the witness that he seemed to be a hired gun to come and build up a case for the prosecutor, helping the prosecutor to build a case that is not there. You know, the way MNISI was so brave, because when he started, he warned this witness that keep this in mind. He asked him a question when he started his line of question, and he said, towards the end, I will come for you, but keep this in mind. Then when he brought the hired gun, because he used Mangena's affidavit against his affidavit, because even the affidavit Batini brought in court was just crap. It's like they've got one, it's a copy and paste. One copy is whatever the other has. It's like there's this kind of cooking, they forget what they are doing. They just keep cooking evidence, and they don't see because they are in a rush. They don't have time. You know, when you are in a speed of trying to build up a case against somebody, and you will make a lot of discrepancies. And this Batini lied under oath. And when Sibanda tried to object, the judge just told this Banda that in rescue of Mr. MNISI, which is Advocate MNISI, because you could see he cannot answer questions. He forget everything, but he's an expert. There were no notes that were taken down when he was doing bring an opinion on what his findings are towards Mangena's bullet, because Mangena is the one who fired the bullet, so he was going to test to see if the striations that are found in the exhibit bullet will be found in the one that have been shot as a test bullet. So I just kind of don't understand what exactly is happening in this court of Ratha, because Ratha, sometimes you doubt him. He come to a certain rescue, but at times he jumped to the other side, being a prosecutor, being a judge, and being a witness. But on this one, when I think Ratha is watching YouTube, and there is kind of a lot of warning that have come towards him, that they are telling him that he will ruin his reputation, because but he can't stop. Even if sometimes he keep quiet. When we're listening to this, he kind of take a background, listening to everything, writing whatever he had to write, trying to balance the equation. But when it came to MNISI, when he called this guy a hired gun, because he had grounds why he was calling him a hired gun, because you can't call somebody a hired gun, because this guy, he couldn't answer questions. When the MNISI was even doubting that he is an expert, he kind of have a lot of doubt when he brought his expertise there, or just an opinion from nowhere. I really applaud MNISI, what he did in that court. You can't deal with somebody who comes to court as an expert and cannot answer questions. What is the reason of coming to court? Because even Ratha, sometimes I tend to blame the judge, Ratha, because most of the times when a witness doesn't want to answer a simple question and straightforward question, Ratha always take a back seat. But when it comes to the defense side, he seems to be steamed, like, I can't let it go. I have to bring up and read up laws and say this is this, section so and so says this and that and that. But when it comes to the prosecutor side, there's nothing that he reads. He just supports whatever they're bringing in court. So it's kind of crazy what we see in this court. But let's hope for the best, that maybe there will be an improvement. But as we see the case going on now, I can assure you The state has got no case against the accused. There's no case at all. But they're trying very hard. Now they want to bring a tracker in court that will track the car that Longo was driving, that Paul of Evil. There's no number registration that is being said in court, but they bring a tracker. What is the registration of the car? Who is it registered to? How do they know it was that car? Because there's no picture of that car and the number plates of that car to show this is the car. So how is this tracker going to prove in court? We are just being played for it. Sometimes Ratha is like he is under threat. That if you don't bring up this, you'll have a problem. Because it's not a behavior of a judge, this one. Because applications that are brought in court by Baloyi, they're just a disgrace. So the next day we'll show up with something new as evidence without letting the defense know exactly what is going to go on in court. I don't know what you think about this, family, but this case is taking another 10. Because now it's like Baloyi and Sibanda are being defeated, and Baloyi hate to be belittled. That's why he puts Sibanda now, because he knows everything that is coming on, it's just lies. He doesn't want to be confronted with the lies. So he's pushing Sibanda to be on that side, so that every time he object on what? Because he knows that this is not true. Family, what do you think about this case? Just drop your comment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's fix our justice system until it's well fixed. I understand there's so many YouTubers that are being threatened. I wish those people who are busy threatening the YouTubers who are into this case can simply stop, because it is not going to work. They cannot kill all the YouTubers who are up to this case, but they can kill one or two if they want to do that. But they will be exposed at the end of the day. I wonder this Gininda, whether he is a president of the country or a president of mafias, the way he behaves and the way he's always shielded. It's kind of a shield for him when he has to come to court. Now we're being told about exams and everything. Anyway, family, let's not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bravo, bravo.